Jeu de Dames, or La Paris des Hébrides, was painted by Leonor Fini in 1974 and makes a direct reference to the tale of Zabid's wager in the Arabian Nights stories. Here, the sumptuous full motif to the background and the eastern robes of the figure lend the scene an oriental atmosphere. And yet the prevailing mood of the piece is one of mystery, and it is the strange coupling of the figures, the woman and the crouched androgynous figure by her side, both intent on playing a game of drafts, which really captivates the viewer. A persistent theme in Fini's work is the role of women in society and the complex dialogue between the sexes. From 1960, she moved towards a preference for more precise figuration in her works and, as with the present work, often portrayed unsettling encounters between mythological creatures or figures which were drawn from dreams and expressed through a hypernaturalistic realism. Born in Buenos Aires and raised in Trieste, Leonor Fini demonstrated a prodigious artistic talent from an early age. After moving to Paris in the early 1930s, her gregarious and magnetic personality helped to bring her centre stage in the Parisian art world. Max Ernst became her lover for a short time and introduced her to André Breton, as well as a host of other leading surrealist writers and painters, including Paul Éluard, Salvador Dali and Man Ray, all of whom became close friends of the artist. While Fini never became a formal member of the surrealist movement, she nonetheless retained a strong affinity with the group and exhibited with them throughout her career. Le Buveur by Eugene Zak was painted in 1924, just 2 years before the sudden death of the artist, and it is a compelling work from the artist's later oeuvre. Here, the subject is the solitary drinker. He clutches a wine jug of traditional Polish porcelain and raises his hand in a toast, but his expression assumes a doleful, melancholic air, and his eyes appear vacant and disengaged. In the years following the end of the First World War, Zak's painting developed a more nostalgic and melancholic tone. He drew upon the sombre themes and subjects of Picasso's Blue and Rose period, as well as the general wistful sentiment which pervaded the work of many European artists during this period. Zak began to move away from his earlier repertoire of idyllic and Arcadian scenes populated by shepherds and fishermen towards a preoccupation with representing outsider figures, the actors, musicians, drunkards and vagabonds who usually inhabited the fringes of society. In Le Buveur, as with other compositions from this period, Zak focuses all the viewer's attention to that of the usually marginalised subject. He also sets his figure in a claustrophobic and isolating scene. We see him sitting here in an empty room with oppressively dark red walls and an ominously darkened doorway. And this is in direct contrast to what could have been a natural setting for the drinker, a bustling 21st century saloon. And this is to further heighten the sense of alienation and therefore to foreground the plight of his character. Le Buveur is an excellent and accomplished example from this important period in Zak's oeuvre.